very... They have the appearance of like a flying mouse. I mean, wouldn't say a flying mouse, but more like a flying rodent look, but they aren't rodents. Which is cool because it's like... in the Show-Me State, for many people don't know, there is bat caves, which has bats in them, but they are considered they're cut off from the public a lot because not safety reason, but keeping the species alive and not disturbed because of rabies and other diseases. They keep them there to do, checkups, like make sure they ain't sick, they ain't dying, they're staying alive and well. And they protect them, so it's kind of a cool thing. The thing about it is, it's such a fascinating subject, which I remember I had a friend, one friend who was in Mizzou, but ended up leaving after a protest to go to another college, and she always said to me, they referred to like one team as the bat team because they would go out and feed the bats, check on them and all that. And I was like, oh, that's cool, you're going to do that? She goes, no, I'm doing reproductive plant life. And I'm thinking like, the fuck? And I found out she is fascinated with the plant's reproductive organs, which I didn't even know they had organs, but apparently plants have sex a lot, which I didn't know. Which I learned something. And it's like, huh. And it's like, you're a weird fucker. Because it's just like, I never imagined a cornfield having an orgy, as she puts it. And I just sat there and I just thinking like, and I'm thinking like, how the... Was that poison? No, it was a friend I went to school with many years ago. We kind of kept contact. We always kept contact because it was just, I don't know, we were like a part of a clique, and we were like the third guy. There was a third person who I don't talk to. He blocked me on Facebook. Cool. And I remember he blocked me on Facebook because I admitted I supported Donald Trump, and he got pissed. Which I never realized it, but anyway. And I remember thinking, like, in my head I have a joke, but I don't know if I want to say it. But the joke I said was, I bet somewhere the corn is like, get the butter. It's going to be a long night. I don't know how I'm talking about bats and going for like crazy stuff, but it's weird to hear that plants have it's weird that I never realized that plants have sex life. It's just something that I never imagined hearing, but it kind of explains why that Mark Wahlberg film where he's trying to talk to the plants from them killing him. It's just like, no wonder the plants were pissed because they probably didn't get any throughout that whole time. But anyway, back to the Mayan culture. One thing that always fascinated me about the Mayans, by the way, I know I'm going off sidetrack, but I wonder where they all went. It's like, I know they did like a Mayan film that Mel Gibson did. You made me learn something now. I was surprised when I heard it myself, because I just was so taken back. It's like, wow, I did not know you were fascinated with this deplorable thing. But yeah, plants need to be happy too. But anyway, one thing that always fascinated me with the Mayans is I always thought the theory that the Mayans and the Spaniards mated and created Mexicans. I always thought that theory because once I heard it from Danny DeVito on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it just made me go like, that makes sense. Because you think about it, the Mayans disappeared. It's like I don't believe they really disappeared. I just believe that the Mayans and the Spaniards fucked and they created Mexicans. I just always thought that theory as well. I believe in that theory. So it might be, offensive, but when you think about it, it just kind of makes sense, You know what I'm saying? But it's always fascinating that the Mayans disappeared. Almost. It's a fascinating thing because there's like one episode I want to do. It's about civilizations that have been cut off from society. There's tons of episodes I want to do. I'm tomorrow probably, maybe, going to be recording the mysteries show later on. Probably today. I don't know. Depends how I feel. But it's a fun show. It's something I've been studying a lot of during the 2 days I've been off recording. So, in the Mayan culture, the bat god Camazotz has been linked to death. Camazotz. I love mystery, so do I. Camazotz is also the name of a monstrous creature that inhabited the cave called the House of Bats in Popolvuh. Most scholars believe that the Camazotz was inspired by the common vampire bat, and you probably hear tree frogs in the background. But others have suggested it was based on the giant vampire bat probably went extinct sometime during the... Anyway, they believe the giant bat was the giant vampire bat, which is like huge, that ruled the cave. It's pretty much like, think of it like the queen ant type thing. It's like they believe the giant bat was like the creator of all bats. It's kind of a fascinating thing, but when you think about it, wow, there's one image where there's a head attached to a bat wings. Shit, that is so weird. There's this website called ancient-origins.net, which is pretty cool. It has a lot of ancient origins and stuff, so check it out if you can. There's a lot of cool artwork of Camazotz, and I love bats, I love vampires, I love Batman. I want to have this god. I'm Batman. Have you seen the, what was that? Have you seen that one animated film, Batman vs. Dracula? It's a pretty good animated film. I've seen it, it's not bad, but I like the comic book version, Batman Blood Rain, which is really good. Really good comic. In Popolvuh, the ancient Mayan mythology texts, Zoholu, I think I butchered the shit out of that name, was the name of the cave inhabited by Camazotz. I love you more than any of them bats. A monster, roughly humanoid body, the head of a bat, and the nose resembled a knife. The monster was said to have attacked the victims by the neck and decapitated them. Shit. I think I found a new origin for this Batman Game of Thrones type story. I did include that a giant bat in a cave, because I always thought that was such a cool image. Like, imagine Batman walking in and seeing a giant bat laying on bones and stuff as a bed. Look up at Batman and, you know, that'd be so awesome. That image in my head just looks so fucking cool. And Pulp View, I guess how I'm pronouncing that, but it was recorded that the creature decapitated the Mayan hero Hunupo, I guess. I know somewhere the Mayans are probably like, we're going to come back and get this guy for butchering our names. Camazotz is also one of the 4 animal demons responsible for wiping out mankind during the age of the first sun. That is so cool. I mean, I know it's wrong, mean, but when you think about it, it just seems so awesome. Would you imagine like a giant bat taking out everybody? Maybe Joker thugs. Did I mention I'm writing a Batman Game of Thrones type story? And the artwork is being done by an amazing artist. Did I mention that? I should. Let's see. The bat-like demons and the monsters are common in South America and Central America. Other examples, such as the story of the Chonopu in Peru and Chile, which they thought the creature, when they thought to be a creature, thought to be created when a sorcerer known as Kaku, I cannot pronounce that name, performed magical rituals causing the severed heads to sprout giant ears and talons at death. Giant ears became wings, which there is an image, a cool drawing of it. You should write a comic for DC. They are so blind if they didn't notice about you now. You have interesting ideas for the future of Batman. Oh, thank you. It is, the thing about Batman, the stories of, I feel like, with Tom King, it kind of took many great concepts and ideas and just sort of ruin them. Here's the thing about it. You could write so much dialogue on a page, it still will not make your story interesting. I mean, the thing about it, like, I know I'm getting sidetracked, but, last show I recorded was for 2 hours, so, I got plenty of time. When Tom King, there's a video, Tom King, Frank Miller, Sean Gordon Murphy, I forget the other 2 guys. One guy wrote Batman and Batwing, I think, after Dark Knight's Metal. I think that's where he wrote it. I don't know. I have the comic. I read it once and it was okay. And the one guy who wrote for Detective Comics, who, I will say this, he's a good writer, but he's not good at writing Batman. He's better at writing the Bat family. Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, Red Hood, Batwoman. And he wrote a really cool story where the Bat family was split when Batwoman killed Clayface. And that was a cool story idea. And Frank Miller was there. And I know a lot of people shit on Frank Miller, which pisses me off because he's one of the last great people that made Batman great. He's one of the last few. You have